Okay, we are live.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is Robin Ginn and team. Welcome to the OpenJS Foundation March board meeting. Sarah Jane, would you like to open up our meeting today, please?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. It is 11:51 Eastern U.S. time, 8:51 Pacific U.S. time. I now call this public session to order.
So quick note on our agenda today. We may have some new faces for you. We are going to have a CPC update from Mateo, a standards working group update from Jory. Kylie will give us an update on marketing and events. So let's get it started. Just want to introduce our board. I think some of you may have met Dr. Max from IBM, Michael Maximilian. He's an engineer. He has taken the role that Todd Moore previously held for many years. Todd is now the head of community and operations at the Linux Foundation. So we're super lucky to have him there. And then you'll see the rest of our board. We will be having elections in the next month. So we will keep working on that as we go forward. So thanks everyone for joining. Let's hit the next. Okay, jumping right in. Oh, CPC, Mateo, would you like to pick it up?
The slides were assembled by Sarah. So it's Sarah.
And Sarah couldn't make it today,
okay, so fine. Essentially, the first in order is the election will be kicking off soon for the primary director seat, which is Sarah's seat. So it's you can. I invite all the people from the CPC to seek out and think if they want to run for this position. Okay, and so on and so forth. Please, if you're watching and you have questions, reach out to Sarah or myself, or we will be able to answer your questions about this position. Then there is we have been a lot of back and forth in enabling code spaces for our projects. And it seems that things are moving into the right direction. So hopefully there will be something to announce sooner rather than later. And I can't, this seems something that will benefit the community, all the open source community at large. So let's see. There is been a lot of back and forth on with Vercel to use them for our websites and so on. And things are moving. These things are moving forward into that direction. Some of the stuff also the Node.js team is actually seeking to do this. So it's not confirmed yet, but it's kind of at the later stage of the discussion. And we had a long conversation this week about starting to write some documentation and things and a web page to describe our collaboration model. This came to it came to us. Like a lot of questions that we usually get is, what's the difference between a project like jQuery or Node.js or Electron versus a project like React or Next.js or whatever, okay? And there is a fundamental difference in the concept of open governance, and we are trying to clarify what is the model that the foundation seeks and promotes versus what is, which the other models are totally fine and happy. Okay, so they're great, like all models are fine, it's just what is ours. Okay, so and what kind of expectation a user of these projects can have, essentially. So, and finally, there is a satisfaction survey being worked on.
Great, thanks, Mateo. Lots of great work. If you all aren't part of the CPC Slack channel, that's a great place. A lot of good conversations in addition to our meetings and our working sessions. Cool. All right. Standards Working Group. Jory, want to take it? You're on mute.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
So I just want to share that we have been working with colleagues at the W3C and OpenSSF and OWASP to help plan and launch very, very soon a workshop on web developer security. We've got a draft website at the link that you see on the screen. We're doing a call for workshop papers as well as participants. This is going to be a very small, very hands-on and developer-led discussions at the Reactor Space in London. And so we're excited to get the group of people together and learn and hopefully make some big headway on web app security. The other thing that we're really proud about is we finished the concise guide to finding and resolving web standards. And I'll tell you, we did take a while to get this done, but we're proud of it. It is on the standards repo now. And so we look forward to promoting that on our social and blog forthcoming, and then also authoring additional resources there for the community. The next work items that the committee has, obviously time sensitive here with the upcoming OpenJS World event. We take great pride in finding wonderful people to nominate for the JS Landia Awards, particularly the Pathfinder for Standards Awards. So we're thinking about that, and also having a really good discussion with a number of our delegates to the W3C and to ECMA around documenting better, like the guidelines, so that and the expectations, so that we can make sure that we really are bringing the voice of the OpenJS project community into those spaces through our liaison relationships and our associate memberships in those organizations. So that's been a really fruitful conversation. You can see some of it on the YouTube channel where we broadcast our meetings, and we just have been busy, and busy is good. That's the update.
Amazing. Yeah, super fortunate. We have like an all-star cast in that standards working group, super hands-on, represent many different standards organizations. So great work. Great. Marketing update, Kylie. There you go.
Hi, everyone. So sharing some exciting metrics for our social. If you'll recall, last month, Twitter was broken and I didn't get to share with you the full metrics, but I'm happy to report that the metrics are back on the site. So I was able to pull more complete metrics for you this month. So on OpenJS, we were pretty consistent this month, not too much change. We did 9 tweets, 58.4K impressions. That's pretty average, I would say, for our tweets. Followers stayed consistent, and 5.3K profile visits. Those 2 tweets are ones that we promoted this month. I love the one about jQuery. I thought that we made some great progress there, so it was fun to promote that. And then, of course, the Collab Summit. You can hit the next slide, Jory. And then Node.js Twitter. So the node handle just keeps growing, which is awesome. 9 tweets this month, 946K impressions, 3.9 new followers. That's about a little under than what we have been, but it's still growing pretty rapidly. I think we're over like 860K right now, which is amazing. And then 36.8 profile visits. And then those are some of our top tweets for February. The release, security release was available. So that was a big one that we promoted. And then of course the security update is always a fan favorite.
Are we going to hit a million milestone goal?
I just had that thought. I was like, it feels somewhat close, like, even though we're still in the 800s, but I'll be sure to
Great.
post it on our million follower party to
There you
come.
go. There you go.
All right, we can hit the next one. Okay, excuse me. OpenJS LinkedIn. So again, we were pretty consistent, but a little milestone for us this month, we hit over 3K followers. So we now have over 3K, which of course is not a lot compared to Node, but still awesome. Excuse me, I need to cough really quick. My bad. Okay, so 285 page views, 8.8 post impressions, which is pretty good for our posts. We don't get a ton of engagement on our OpenJS posts, but we do get a fair amount of reposts, which is really nice. So that puts our impressions up a lot more. And of course, Collab Summit, we posted that, and then we had a training that we amplified as well. All right, we can go to the next one. Okay, so this was super exciting because our numbers on LinkedIn were way up from last month. And I have to say, I'm not totally sure why, but I know that our security progress reports just get a ton of reposts and a lot of likes. And so I'm going to attribute it to that. You can see the likes and the reposts. They're really, really tiny, but they're on there. But we had 173.4K impressions on our posts, which was way up from last month. I think like 30 to 40K more than last month, which is great. And then also our follower count was way up on LinkedIn as well. We're almost at 200K followers. So maybe next month we might have a little celebration for that. And then as per usual, my favorite part of the Node.js LinkedIn is all the comments that we get on our progress report. So in the left-hand corner, my personal favorite, Node.js is the best forever. Love that one. So I always love seeing those come in. So thank you to whoever posts comments on our LinkedIn. We love them. But
this handle was sort of dormant for a couple of years until you just sort of picked it up with support from the Node project. So yeah, congrats. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think we kind of kickstarted this again in the late fall, October, November. And it was pretty much no posts on it at all, but somehow still had a lot of followers. And so we picked it up in the late fall, and it's just been growing like pretty rapidly, I would say. So it's been really exciting to see all the engagement. So thank you everybody for your support there. All right. So I mentioned last month we're on Mastodon now, super exciting. We've kind of just been posting similar things to our Twitter. So nothing crazy, nothing out of the box, but we do have 279 followers on OpenJS and then 1.2K on Node.js. So that's pretty good, I would say. We've been around for about a month now, so looking pretty good. Node.js, obviously that's a good number for us, pretty high. So we'll continue kind of growing that channel a little bit more too as time goes on. So I'll keep you posted.
And then you also set up the Mastodon for jQuery and Electron. Is there anyone else? I can't remember.
No, it's just those 4 right now, but I think we're pretty much ready to kind of start creating those guidelines for our other projects to kind of show them the ropes on all things Mastodon. So I'm hoping to open that up a bit more soon.
Great. And do you want to just remind folks on the server that we're using?
Yes, we're on the LF server. So it's hosted and ran by the LF. So everything's kind of managed under one umbrella. And I've been working closely with the leads at LF to make sure we're all good. And they've been helping me a lot too, to kind of get in the swing of Mastodon, but things are looking good.
Cool.
And just to clarify, that's social.lfx.dev. That is the server for those who want to go check out that server.
Yes.
And that's the Linux Foundation for acronym.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, events. So we have some exciting things coming up. Jory, if you want to go to the next slide. So I know we've been talking about this one, but OpenJS World is happening May 10th through 12th. That's co-located with Open Source Summit North America, which they just posted the schedule for that. That's live on their website. So go check it out if you haven't already. And then registration is still open. I believe you can still get the early bird discount for the next, I think, 2 or 3 days. So if you haven't registered, that discount is still up, I think, until maybe Sunday. And so after that, the price will go up a little bit, but registration will obviously still be open in case you missed it. But we hope to see you there. We have a good lineup coming. Our program committee meets every week to make sure that we're getting you the best content. Robin, was there anything else you wanted to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thanks from the program committee. Amazing. Dan, who's on the call. Paula's been contributing. I don't know if I missed anyone, but great group. We still have some invites going out because we did leave some wiggle room to curate some content as well. So you'll see new folks. So keep checking back. So that'll be great to see.
Robin and Kylie, did we want to also comment that we are evolving the schedule that has been announced for the OpenJS World track. So, you know, if you are following that track on Sheds, just bear in mind that because of those open slots that we're curating, we're still working on our exact schedule, but a lot of content has been released, and very excited to promote that. So
yes. Times are a little TBD, but we'll hope to promote the full schedule maybe next month. And so we'll put that on our social, and you'll hear all about it. Okay. Collab Summit. So this is the day before OpenJS World in Vancouver. Inviting everyone to join for our collaborator summit, get to know folks at the other projects. The CFP for that is open. It's open until April 2nd. Please note this is not the CFP for OpenJS World. It's specifically for the collaborator summit. So if you want to speak at the Collab Summit, the CFP is open. And you can find all the links on that. So the CFP is through GitHub, but we did post a tweet on that as well with the link if you want to check out the OpenJS Twitter handle. And registration is also open. Please note that you do have to go to the conference to register. It's through the whole registration portal. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we're happy to help if you have any troubles. All right, next one. Okay, so we're also participating in Open Source Summit Europe, which is in Bilbao, Spain this year, September 19th through 21st. We will be doing OpenJS World there as well. So there will be a whole nother lineup, a whole nother opportunity to submit your CFP. And we're also going to have a collab summit. So in case you missed the Vancouver event, there will be another opportunity in Spain, and we're so excited about that. And the CFP is open for Open Source Summit Europe. So highly suggest you get that in as soon as you can. I believe it closes in May 2nd. So get that in as soon as you can before you forget. And then just a note too, this is for Open Source Summit Europe, not Open Source Summit North America. I know the dates are all really close. So CFP is now open for Open Source Summit Europe until May 2nd. And we encourage you to submit a talk for OpenJS World, and the program committee will be looking at those in the near future to select the lineup. More details to come to on OpenJS World and the Collab Summit and all those things. So we'll share that once we have the details a bit more solid. I think that's it.
Great. We're also participating in other events, and those details are coming together. If you have an event that's JavaScript or any project related, let us know. You can reach out to Kylie probably on DM on Twitter or on Slack. We're happy to promote those on our channels. So I'll help connect you all with our great speakers in our communities. So yeah, so those things will shape up as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, we'll wrap it up. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate all your support. This is a wonderful board, a working board for us. So we appreciate all of the time and love that you give to this organization. Thanks, Sarah Jane, for leading us today. And thanks to our amazing team. You're amazing. Sarah Jane, would you like to wrap up the meeting?
Sure. The time is now 12:11 Eastern US or 9:11 Pacific. This meeting is adjourned.